Welcome back to my channel. It is Ian here. I'm on a beach in Qingdao, just having a walk just after lunch. I just want to point out some of these apartments that are back here. It's not a cheap area to buy a house in Qingdao. It's very, very popular. People come from all areas of China to come here and live and work. There's a lot of factories and so on, and there's also other things such as oil industry, gas industry, and other things that are around. So it's a very, very wealthy area. But these just look fantastic, and actually I was talking about this building here. In the morning the sun rises right there, and that would be a fantastic place to live. I think you'll like this beach. We are going to go to another place very soon where there is a monument to the, I believe it's the Chinese students that fought back against the Japanese invasion. Given the situation with the COVID, it does seem quite quiet. We were talking to the taxi driver yesterday, and he was explaining that COVID arrived roughly at the same time as Beijing, and a lot of the people in the city have it coming through it. So it's a very similar situation to Beijing. So the city is still quite quiet. It has been cold. I have no real benchmark to say this is busy or not busy, to be fair. I've been here a couple of times before, but way before the pandemic, and it was always a busy town. It seems quiet, but then we're off season, hotels are quiet, blah 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 blah. It's interesting, I'm on the beach and people are still wearing their masks. I think I'm wearing it to keep my face warm. People are respectful of one another, partly. That's why people wear their masks here in China. It's about a respect for each other. That is the hotel that we're staying in. Ice on the beach. I just love the sound of the sea. It's so calming, and also for personal reasons, like I explained in my previous video. There's a few things away out there in the distance. I think one of them's a city, one of them might be an oil rig or a gas rig or something. So that we're debating what the name of the sea is. It's the Yellow Sea. Because just before I was about to say that it was the Yellow Sea, this yin shouted, no, it's the South China Sea, so I just believed the person from China. But she was wrong, I was correct. It is the Yellow Sea, right there. It's always been there. I don't know if you can see that island away in the distance there. It reminds me very much of an island called Ailsa Craig in Scotland. Very similar. It's really far out. It is. It is far out. This is an umbrella with a rucksack sitting inside it. It belongs to someone on this beach. This is what China is like. You can leave that sort of stuff and then nobody will touch it. You could go for a wander. In fact, I think it might be the guy who's running up and down. It might be his stuff. But that's what China's like. It's very, very safe. Whereas if you were in Spain on a beach like this, if you left your stuff sitting, it would be gone in a flash. This is a pavilion area, but it's actually under refurbishment, so I can't get into it. I hear a lot of people coughing around me, so I do think COVID is still a thing here. Actually, I was impressed by the apartments high up, but look at these houses here. I mean, we are right next to the beach. I don't know how much they would cost, but I can tell you they're not cheap. They are stunningly beautiful. What a place to live, right next to this stunning beach in a beautiful apartment or beautiful house, like not like this. I think that's an electrical place. But behind that, this is my kind of retirement home. One day, what a beautiful place. I'd love to live there. These are quite funny. These are for washing your feet, but when you come off the beach, but you've got to scan the QR code and it gives you 30 seconds to wash your feet. Look at this little coffee shop right next to the beach. I think I need a coffee just for the pleasure of sitting on the beach having a coffee, I think, or maybe inside because it is a bit cold. Another example of how China is super safe. Someone just left all of their belongings and headed off to the toilet, which is external to this coffee shop. So I'm actually in the downtown area in Qingdao, and this amazing sculpture is part of the May the 4th Park. And if you go to most Chinese cities, they will have a park or an area dedicated to May the 4th. So this statue is to commemorate the uprising driven by the students way back in 1919, 1920, defeat of Germany during the First World War meant that they had to hand back some of their territories, and the territory that were being handed back as part of the Treaty of Paris, Treaty of Versailles I think it is, that they were handing this territory, which is Shandong province where Qingdao is, handing it to Japan and not handing it back to China. And obviously that drove a lot of anger and frustration, and at that point the Chinese students started the uprising, and that is the bit of the story behind this statue. But I'm sure there is more to it, and my ignorance is the detail behind this beautiful, wonderful statue. And anyone that's followed my channel knows that I'm very much anti-war, very much into peace. But that is a beautiful sculpture, and it's very, very energetic, and I think in the script that I read about it, it's supposed to represent the wind. A lovely thing to see, I think, against a beautiful city backdrop. These buildings behind me, interesting enough, there is a light show that snakes across all these buildings. I'll maybe stick around to later this evening to see if it does switch on. Right over there is where we had the Olympics as well. When the Olympics were here in Beijing, this area was for the speedboats, the yachting, that type of water sports Olympics held right here. Now the other couple of things that this area is famous for is definitely seafood. So we're going to go and get some seafood, and also Qingdao beer. You've probably seen that beer, we even get it in the UK. A very famous beer brand here, and you can see the building just behind the red spiral statue here, and that's one of the head offices. So that's a couple of interesting things about Qingdao. I'm quite sure there's a lot more that other people could share in the comments below. This is Qingdao. Beautiful, beautiful place. Let's head for food. So we've come to a shopping mall to get some food, some seafood and some beer, because we've been out for a while and it was really, really cold. But we did some amazing video content and an outstanding sunset I need to share with you. So I'm going to grab some food, then I'll share this sunset with you. Well, that's nice. have a new jacket, but you have to see this. This is just superb. Morning everyone, it's 7 a.m. in the morning here in Qingdao on a beach with lots of other people waiting to see the sun rise here. It is the 31st of December 2022. Whole new year starts as of tomorrow. Just wanted to wish you all the best for the new year. As always, look after yourself, look after your family, look after your neighbour, and from me here in Qingdao, peace out and enjoy this sunrise.